authority. Christian must acknowledge authority, and we must know how we deal with authority, how we behave. He acknowledged the judge, humbly, simply, the judge, and saying that he was grateful to be able to defend himself. Thank you, Agrippa. Thank you, Felix. You have given me the opportunity to defend myself. You know, when one is innocent, and you are locked to it, even if you can't, you don't have the freedom of natural movement. But there's something that they can't take away from you, and that is your freedom. When your conscience is the song that was sung by Bob Marley, people quote it many times. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And the other clause said, but none but ourselves can free our mind. So slavery, it can be physical bondage, physical chain. You're locked in chain. Can't move. I can't walk outside. I'm locked in chain. That restricts you, your movement. Take away that movement from you. But the mental, when you can't emancipate yourself, when you can get away from that by keep putting down yourself, by keep thinking that you can't accomplish, you can't achieve, this can't happen. Mentally, you're in a more worse position than being stuck. Every child of God, we must realize the Lord has emancipated us from our mental situation. And now as a child of God, we must have this clear conscience towards God and men. We must realize that we are called upon to represent the Lord in a world. We are called upon to represent Christ before judges, before lawyers, before teachers, before our community, before our children. We are called upon to represent Christ. How are we represent Christ in this trial that we are on? Can the world, can they really see the Jesus that's in you? Is your life speaking to them that God is able to do great things? Paul says nobody had observed him causing unrest anywhere in Jerusalem. He said, nobody has observed me causing unrest in Jerusalem. But Paul said he did not deny the other charges of following Christ. So he did not deny that he was a follower of Christ, but he did not cause an unrest in Jerusalem, which you accused him of. Sometimes our presence is going to disturb the place you are. And every child of God, your presence should disturb anywhere you are. They should know you're a child of God. And you should be clear to them that, listen to me, I am here and I'm representing the king. Festus may have seen Paul as a religious lunatic, but King Agrippa, who was well versed in Jewish teachings, could not easily dismiss Paul's word. The apostle pressed the issue. King Agrippa, believest thou the prophet? Do you believe the prophet? I know that thou believest the prophet. Then King Agrippa said unto Paul, thou almost persuaded me to be a Christian. This was not the outcome Paul wanted. He hoped to persuade his captor that he was innocent and for him to believe and obey the gospel message. He preached nevertheless after a long examination. Neither Festus nor King Agrippa could find any fault in the man who stood before them. King Agrippa confessed, this man might have been set at liberty if he had not appealed to Caesar. That's what the king said. This man, in spite of all the accusation, they could not find anything to convict Paul of. And King Agrippa said, Paul, this man, we might have set him at liberty if he had not appealed to Caesar. We may not always convince others with our words, but our weakness may seem to fall short in the moment. However, we should not underestimate the influence of a godly life has on others long after we have left the room. I like to say that again. We may not always convince others with our words. True. Our weakness may seem to fall short in that moment. However, we should not underestimate the influence our godly life has on others long after we have left. In your presence, they might behave a certain way, act a certain way, and they might even say what you're saying doesn't make sense. But when you have left the room out of your presence, long after your life, your godly life, your testimony, your experience will dawn on them that, listen, my God, I want to be like Brother Brown. I want to be like Sister Brown. Why? Because of the stand that you make. We cannot afford to let down even though we are on trial. Even though we are on trial. And there are examples of trials. Men who went on trial. And the Lord see them all the way through. Joseph went on trial. Started by his own brother. He was born in Egypt in the house of King Potiphar's house. He was on trial. And every step of his trial, it seemed that he was going further down. Oh, God has a way, you know. I love the Lord. He has a way of just, it seemed that instead of going up, he just take us right down. Nothing up you. When he started to lift you up, David said, he'll lift me up. And when he lifted him up, he set him up on a rock. What a God. That's where he put him to stay. He had many trials, you know. But David said, he lifted me up. And then he placed me up on a rock to stand. See, God, the way of building our lives. He is. And the word of the Lord speaks so profound to it. Oh God, deal with us. Oh God, take us through. And every single verse as we looked on the Word of God, we see where the Lord carries us. Look how David described his time testing. David said, the Lord is my light. And not only light, he says salvation. And he said, because he's my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? So, as a child of God on trial, who are we going to fear? When you know the Lord is with you, when the Lord is directing your path, when the Lord is ahead of us, what are we going to fear? Who are we going to fear? It's important that we take the Word of God as is. When you're on trial, the only thing that is there for us to stand upon is the Word of God. So what about you going through your situation? Here you are on trial. Challenges on every hand. And you as a child of God have one thing to console you, one thing to hold on to. And here you stand up in the midst of all that you are going through to speak this powerful, awesome word to yourself as a child of God. The Lord is my shepherd. You're looking at all that you're going through. Yes, Brother Murphy, I am on trial. Sister Jane, you're on trial. But in the midst of the trial, you're saying, Lord, you are my. We are not alone. So David here is saying, the Lord is my light. And not only that, he is my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And he went on and said, when the wicked, even my enemies, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they are going to do what? Because the Lord is your shepherd. So we are challenged every day. We are tried every day. We are called upon every day to maintain a certain standard. Sometimes it gets rough. Sometimes when the pressure is coming from Eve, it's really John did that to me. It's really Mary did that to me. But the Lord. And he went on to say, we are on trial. The host should encamp against me. My heart, I am on trial. My heart shall not fear, though war should rise against me. In this, I am going to be confident that my trials, my pain and discomfort is only come upon me to make me stronger in the Lord. The song said, he made me what? How are we going to be stronger? It's by our testing and our trials. How do you think that child is going to be stronger? When the child walks and falls and he keeps walking and falling. You're going to fall sometime. Don't you ever dare. Don't believe as a child of God. You're going to fall sometime. There are times you're going to feel that you're all alone and who cares whether you go under or go over. But he cares and he's with you. And in your trial, Paul was on trial. We are going to be on trial. But the Lord is going to be there for us. Went on and said, I'm going to be confident. But there's just one thing. One thing, one thing I desire of the Lord. One thing I desire of God. And I'm going to seek after it. That I may what? Oh God, not passing through. The difference between passing through. When it's by your house and he give him put him up for the night. Passing through. About dwelling. When our trials come upon us, the Bible said, he that dwelleth in the sacred place of the Most High. Oh, I know there are some songs that we do and we speak them sometime, and sometimes you hardly hear them now, but they speak value. Listen to this writer says. Until the storm passes over. Until the thunder sounds no more. Until the clouds rolled forever from the sky. Hold me fast. Let me stand in the hollow of your hand. Just keep me. Yes, I'm going through my trials, but I'm willing to go through my trials, Lord. But keep me safe in my trials. Paul was on trial. We are on trial today, and we must pass the test. And he has given us the word to pass the test. Every walk of our life, he has given us the word to deal with every step of our life. One thing, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. To do what? There are beauty in the house of the Lord. Beautiful thing. Our experience. I don't know what it means to you. You know when you get up like a morning like this to walk to the tabernacle, and when you come and you're passing, and somebody passes, oh, sister, oh, I hope you got a so much. It's not $1 million, but it's much more than that. It's sharing. It's caring. It's putting yourselves in positions where others may have been or still is, and to say to him or her that the Lord is going to see you through. So the word of the Lord is here, and it gives everything. And if we go verse by verse, even though we are in trial, but each verse tells us, for in the time of trouble. In the time of, oh, these words are great, powerful words. Believe me, in the time what we have. If we know the God we serve, we won't be walking with our heads down. We'll be walking with an assurance, saying, listen to me, whatever I face, there's an answer to it. For in the time of trouble, when I need somebody, he's going to hide me because he knows that I'm in trouble. When you're in trouble, you become volatile. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to what? I'm going to put you up. I don't want you to do. You can't manage the trouble. We're going to put you up. I'm going to hide in my pavilion. Oh God, what a place. All of us to say, Lord, this morning, hide me. So when you are in trouble, I want to rest assure you, when you look to God, He is going to hide you in His pavilion. Hide you in His pavilion, and in the secret of His tabernacle shall He hide thee. He shall set thee upon a rock. No weapon that forms against the righteous shall prosper. No weapon that form against you when you are living for God shall prosper. Yes, you may feel discouraged, but the Lord is going to see you through. And I like what David said. In the secret of His tabernacle shall He hide thee. And I am assured, based on the word of God and the guarantee that He gives us because we are on trial. Paul was on trial. We today that sits in Belfield, today, the 3rd day of August 2025, all of us are on trial, one way or the other. We are on trial. Our faith will be tested. On trial. But David consoled us while we were on trial. I had fainted, David said, unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. If I can't see the goodness of God while I'm alive, well, we are walking dead. Raise your hand in the tabernacle this morning and say, Lord, I thank you. All of us can wave our hand today and say, Lord, there's something we can say I thank you for in the land of the living. There may be no meat in the house, no pot went on fire, no food, but we can still say, in the land of the living, I can say, Lord, I thank you. In closing today, while we are sitting in the courtroom on trial, verse 14, 27 of the Psalm, it says, wait on the Lord. We are on trial. We are on trial. Many witnesses against us. Many things are against us. We are on trial. But the word of God said today, in that courtroom, in the midst of your trial, wait on the Lord. And be of, come on, good what? Yes, and He shall what? Oh God, there's not a single one of us today, our heart can't be strengthened by the Lord. We sit and we wait on Him. And we are going to sit. And while we are waiting, we are going to be of good courage. And He shall strengthen our heart. And He concludes by saying, wait, I say, oh God, I want everybody here waiting like me. I wait for my change to come. The songwriter sat down and I don't know what he was going through. I don't know the situation that faces life. But he says, better days are coming. I'm waiting. Better days are. You know, look good enough. You might be in your position, you know, look good enough. I might not be. Know that where you are and look good. But better days, I'm waiting. I wait for my change. I wait for my change. For the word of God, to the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangels, the trump of God. I wait for that. And I'm waiting, and I've encouraged myself that that day is going to come. Let me say to every child of God today, in the midst of the trials that we are on, and whosoever we have to stand before, the Lord is going to deliver to you. The Lord is going to keep you. The Lord is going to establish you. Oh, your best days are ahead of you. I remembered some years ago, he died now, George Foreman, boxer, champion. He was having a match. Those days, 15 rounds. Each round lasted for 3 minutes. So it's 45 minutes. Men punching each other. Every 3 minutes you get a break. George Foreman lost almost. He had already lost about 8 of those rounds. So the only way he could win that match was by a knockdown. Man, he got some real beat punches. Punches. Foreman got some punches all over his body. Face, eyes swollen, and eyes. Foreman make one punch. One time. Oh, you may have received a whole lot of punch from the adversary today. On trials, you may have received a whole lot of weakness against. But, our corner man, our coach, saying the fight is not over yet. One more round to go. Paul said, I've fought a good fight. I've kept the faith. I've finished my course. Henceforth is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the righteous judge shall give, not only me only, but all those who will love his appearing. All of us, we may get knocked down in this walk with God, but you're not knocked out. You're going to rise again, and you're going to live for God. On trials, yes, but we are going to pass the test and defend what God has given to us. Stand up, children of the Lord. Stand up and be counted. There are more with us than they that are against us. The angels of the Lord encampeth around about them that fear him. The purpose of God being around you is to deliver you. All is going to be well. The Lord bless you. Keep living for God. Keep serving God. Paul was on trial, yes, but we also are on trial, and we are going to pass the test. Let us all pass the test. because God is on our sides. The Lord bless you today. Keep loving the Lord. Keep living for God. And I know our best days are ahead of us, and we'll see each other when we all get to heaven. God bless you.